The silence of supposed good cops is just as violent as chokeholds and handguns. I'm Dometi Pongo, and this is MTV News Need to Know. Sure, not all police are bad, but they are complicit in a broken, racist system. Recent stories of corruptions within departments have people asking, what are the good cops doing? Officers who watched as Derek Chauvin killed George Floyd, as Kim Potter shot Dante Wright, as Lieutenant Karan Nazario was pepper sprayed in yet another traffic stop turned violent. Those who do speak up are often ostracized by their departments. Is the silence of good cops allowing discrimination to persist? Take this case in New York. On Thursday, Manhattan District Attorney Cyrus Vance moved to dismiss about 100 convictions involving undercover detective Joseph Franco. In 2019, Franco was indicted after allegedly framing several individuals, resulting in wrongful convictions for drug-related offenses, according to footage of 4 separate instances. Once enacted, this will be one of the largest conviction purges in New York's history. Manhattan is following Brooklyn's lead in trying to undo the damage. Last week, Brooklyn DA Eric Gonzalez announced that he was moving to dismiss 90 convictions involving Franco, which span over a decade. He released a statement that said, in part, knowingly and repeatedly framing innocent people obliterates the credibility of any police officer. The Bronx District Attorney is reviewing 150 convictions linked to Franco and considering dismissing the rulings. It's hard to believe that in over 300 cases in 20 years on the force, none of Franco's peers reported what was happening. It's a result of what's known as the Blue Wall of Silence, also known as the Blue Code or Blue Shield. It refers to the secrecy of police officers who lie or look the other way to protect other police officers. It's a no snitching code, and when cops break it, they face repercussions. Former Buffalo officer Carriel Horn, for example, should be hailed as a hero. In 2006, she stopped Officer Greg Kwiatkowski from using an illegal chokehold on a handcuffed black man by the name of Neil Mack. She said that Mack looked like he was going to die, so she wrestled Kwiatkowski off of Mack and traded blows with him. As a result, she was fired just months before becoming eligible for her pension. Horn has been fighting this case for 15 years, and this week, she finally saw some justice when Buffalo Judge Dennis Ward ruled her firing an error, granting her pension and back pay. Ward said in a statement, while the Eric Garners and George Floyds of the world never had a chance for a do-over, at least here, the correction can be done. When you don't call out harmful behavior, you're complicit. That's what allows for dangerous cops like Kwiatkowski to perpetuate the cycle of violence. 12 years after the incident with Horn, he was sentenced to 4 months in federal prison for slamming 4 black teenagers' heads into a car. Listen, I don't doubt that there are more cops out there like Horn. We've seen several officers testify in the ongoing murder trial against Derek Chauvin. However, few police are brave enough to intervene in the moment because they know they'll face real consequences. We won't fix this issue until we admit what has already become obvious, that the system needs to be upended. Because as Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, the ultimate tragedy is not the oppression and cruelty by the bad people, but the silence over that by the good people. I'm Dometi Pongo, and that's what you need to know.